city of Ravnica, or should I say the plain. You guys are all pretty familiar with this city as you've been here for a while, pretty much your whole lives. Some of you in different parts, have lived in different parts, some maybe the same spot. Today, however, some of you may be tasked by your guild, or some of you may have wandered upon this opportunity yourselves, but you got word that a Azorius detective was looking for freelancers, sellswords, mercenaries, or just any volunteers to assist him with a case that he was assigned to. For those that were interested, he simply asked that they meet him at an Orzhov-controlled bar in the Midori Park of the Precinct 6. The bar is called The Last Pints. Very obvious, as it's like most Orzhov things, it's half disguised as a church, but really it's a pretty famous pub on the inside. It stands out mostly in this warehouse district because of the large stained glass window on the front, depicting what looks like an arm coming out of a grave holding a frothing mug.
I'll just kind of move towards it. Not really caring. And old.
As you approach the door, a faceless knight, I say faceless because he's wearing a full hat, kind of puts his hand out in front of you and says, "Are you on the list?"
Huh? What? What did you say? Huh?
The list, old timer. You on the list? Can't let you in unless you're on the list.
List?
This isn't your normal.
You gonna take me to the lists? I'm not under arrest. Just let me in.
Kind of looks to his partner. Are you here to see someone?
Huh? What? Said seesaw? No! I'm well past that, huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Seesaw? Are you gonna let me in?
Not unless your name's on the list, old timer.
Well, I'm here to see, an Azorius detective. Niv Mizzet sent me.
One of his kind of flips through his papers.
My,
Alright.
name's...
Kind of, your Mizium apparatus probably is on your arm. I think it's pretty obvious.
I don't have a Mizium apparatus. I do have a bunch of devices on me that do kind of similar... they're not made of Mizium, though. They're basically artificers' apparatuses. On my back, I have a very large jug that's kind of clear glass with a lot of different spigots and like cork holes set in it. I'm wearing goggles that have a whole bunch of different lenses that can be shifted between. Hair is gray, but it's like flared out. My features are extremely like cartoonish, like very large lips, bulging eyes. Just I look like Mr. Magoo without glasses on, and just a bunch of crap on him, and he seems to be carrying it pretty well. But I mean, he is definitely loaded to bear with technology, and very clearly wearing the insignia is it as well.
Yeah, he looks at his partner. Oh, it's part of Parker's party. All right, go on in, old timer. Right to the back. You guys have a private room.
Okay. Are they buying me drinks back there, or should I get one before I go back there?
He shrugs. I don't know. Talk to your host.
A lot of help you've been talking about seesaws.
Just walk on in.
Yeah, as you go in, this is definitely not your typical pub. This is country club chic to the extreme. Everything is the finest. The bar in the center is a giant circle shape or oval. In the middle, giant liquor pyramid. Two white-robed women serving drinks. Running around are little gray, ugly creatures holding trays on their head, serving drinks, serving food.
I'd recognize those as homunculi, right?
Yeah, thralls, homunculi, just, slaves.
Walk over to the bar and order something before I head back. And that's it for me. I'm good.
Cool.
I'd approach a few paces behind him after seeing that whole thing happen at the door and just, my name is Issei, servant of the Great Nim is that you'd see a tall Vidalcan standing there, very thin, wearing scale, and he's got a holy symbol around his neck, displaying like lightning and thunderous scenes on it, with a mace hanging from his hip.
Very good. Go on in. Your room's at the back, and keep an eye on your old-timey guildmate there. He's a little eccentric. We like to keep things relaxed around here.
Keeping an eye on that one. Don't worry, I got this.
Go in, same scene.
Yeah, you'd probably overhear the old timer yelling at the person behind the bar,
Just a piece of toast!
trying to order a piece of toast.
I just watch, just in amazement. Wow.
And over the commotion, you guys would be approached by a tall, slender human man wearing dark blue leathers. Kind of taps you to... Sorry, John, what was your guy's name?
Edval.
Edval on the shoulder. He says, "Oh, first to arrive. Here, don't bother here. There's plenty of refreshments in the back room. It's all been taken care of."
Fresh mints? No, I was just gonna have a sandwich. What? Who are you?
He kind of shakes his head, and he attempts to kind of lead you to the back room.
Okay.
Just wanders beyond.
Yeah, waves Jeremy over as well.
Yeah, I just follow.
When you get to the back room, it's a very nice, elaborate table. There's sun kind of coming in through the window. Very nice spread on a large table. Cured meats, dried fruit, bread. A couple bottles of wine have already kind of been popped open. Kind of some nice aura in the air. Smells like good food mixed with fine tobacco. And the only thing really out of place, well, maybe in this area not so out of place, is in one of the chairs, kind of scrawling with a kind of a spectral quill, is a hooded figure with kind of spectral hands, kind of just writing away at some paper.
He'll jump right into, grab a piece of bread, a couple of pieces of dried fruit, maybe a little bit of meat, shove it to the piece of bread, pull a hose off of his back, off of that weird jug on his back, and start pumping out white liquid onto the top of it. Pulls out a dagger and starts kind of brushing it out. It looks like it's the consistency of mayonnaise. He goes, folds a piece of bread and starts eating it. Everybody just goes silent.
I guess I'll show up next.
Is it possible that we show up together just to sort of get this thing going?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Yep.
I'll roll with them behind, just to, like I say, get it going.
So you guys could, Zach, go ahead and describe your character.
I'm aiming to show up on time. Introduce myself to the doorman. I am Durgarek. I have come from the Boris Legion. Our assistance has been requested by a detective. Requested our assistance here at this pub.
As long as you
point out the insignia of the Boris Legion in my tabard.
As long as you tell them your name, they kind of just let you go.
Okay. And to the party, I am a fairly large minotaur, brown fur. One horn is intact, the other is jagged, broken about quarter of the way down. Dressed very plainly in chainmail and a bright tabard of the Boris Legion.
Steve, does the person at the door actually have a list?
Yeah, like he's got like a clipboard, and he kind of flips through it to find your name.
Cool. So my character is covered in robes, and a small tentacle comes out of one of the robes and points to the name Valor Selesnya and walks behind.
Yep, they nod you in.
I'll just come up. A half elf female comes in with the insignia saying that I'm here on behalf of the noble of Galgara. My assistance was requested. Very dark robes. Everything is covered from neck down, kind of like turtleneck thing going on, and gloves on with a large sword on her back.
And what was your name again?
Synth.
That's very good. Follow those other two. You're in the back.
I go in with him.
This needs a little bit. Not sweet enough.
Pours out the same tube, and out comes a little bit more of that weird white liquid, and then also honey on top of it. So it's kind of smearing that in with his dagger and continuing eating the sandwich.
Gross. Am I the last one?
Yep.
I will stand at the other corner of the room.
Alright, I guess I would also come in late, I guess, and kind of grunt at the guard and go, "Me, Graf!" And then push past them. I wouldn't even wait.
They kind of just look at each other, and you can see the guard without the clipboard kind of like puts his hand on his sword and kind of starts a little bit, and then the other guy kind of grabs his arm. He says, "I don't know how, but this guy's on the list too." And you just walk past.
And everyone would see this. He's pretty big, but hunched over, just completely muscular, super thick, dense skin, and he's just hairy, like almost like Sasquatch tier. Think like Blanca from Street Fighter. He just looks like a feral man-beast thing. He's got no clothes. The only thing on him is like a loincloth of hides.
As you guys are kind of gathered, Valar and Graf, you'd almost instinctively kind of like lock eyes for a second and be like, "You're not natural, I'm not natural." You kind of almost have like a moment of it almost feels like kinship, but then it kind of flutters away.
Okay.
But the group. That being said, the detective lights up a cigarette, takes a drag, says, "Detective Richard Parker. If you can call me Dick if you want. Most people do. Called you here today because I'm gonna be frank. I need your help. I'm got put on this case here in Precinct 6. People have been going missing. I've been doing work by myself, trying to figure it out. Made some progress, and unfortunately, my conclusion is that it's happening around the Chasm, around Deadbridge, and my contacts in the Undercity." He kind of looks at Synth. Told me it's kind of a renegade group of Crawl down there. No idea what they're doing with the people, with the bodies. I have no idea, but I've kind of come to a standstill. I'll ask my higher-ups for some help, for some men. Told me I'm on my own. Thought this was going to be another dead-end case, like most things that end up in the Undercity, but got lucky on this one. Got contacted by a benefactor, some Orzhov pontiff. Apparently, those Crawl took someone close to him, and he's volunteered to be the benefactor on this case, fronting the money to bring individuals like yourself. This here is one of his servants, I suppose. He'll be writing up your contracts. Do you have any questions?
Nope. We're going to the other city? Okay.
Perfect. So, the spirit that was kind of scribbling down on the paper kind of waves his hand, and depending if you're sitting or standing, the paper kind of floats to you. You grab it, and you see it's a pretty basic contract. Has the insignia of your guild right next to where it wants you to sign, as well as two options for rewards. You can put a tick. You can 250 gold pieces or a voucher for. You have to redeem it at Viscalpa, the giant bank, to get the money, or a more ambiguous, quote-unquote, favor from this pontiff, essentially saying that if you rub his back, he can maybe help you down the line.
Loudly, I kind of pull like as much utensils and plates that are made of metal over towards my side of it, and just start kind of bending them with tools, kind of just tinkering away at them. As the paper comes over to me, I just kind of lift up and very quickly sign, but I start pulling things out of my pack and such, and it looks like I'm making a set of goggles right there on the table. You see, like he kind of just starts shooting lightning from his fingertip, like to weld things, and just kind of like keeps working on the goggles.
If we're going to the Undercity, I'm gonna have to be able to see.
Once the paper comes around, I will regally sign it very quiet, then just pass it on.
I sign it like a 2-year-old. Like I grip the pencil like this, and
Does anyone actually have a issue with the contract, or seems pretty well and good?
It looks legit.
Yeah, if it all looks good, Durgarek would sign as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very thorough. Essentially, the fine details are just pretty much the most important thing is if you die, your ward isn't untransferable. You can't sign it over to someone else. The other group members can't redeem it. It's for you.
I can still have acid. I can make every single one of those liquids in that amount.
okay.
Oh yeah.
I thought you had to like choose. I'm like,
He's got to get the mileage out of the mayonnaise.
I mean, when else are you going to use mayonnaise but for hilarious bits? I didn't put a gallon of honey on it either, so I still have a bit left on that, I guess. But I'll spend a good amount of time just like making a set of goggles, and then he kind of puts them on, snaps them in place, and like you can see his eyes even bigger as they're magnified through it, and he goes,
That's better.
I have dark vision now. Yay.
Sweet.
Does
Does
I'm sorry, does Simics have dark vision?
I don't think they do.
Okay.
So yeah, once all the contracts are signed, the spirit will kind of swoop them back into his hands, and as he kind of grips them in the stack, they all just kind of disappear into it. He kind of takes a shallow bow and just kind of disappears backwards into the back of the room through the walls. All right, well,
Oh, they do.
eat your fill if you want, but I can take you down into the chasm.
Oh,
Best lead I got. As soon as you're ready.
yeah. If you're in a hurry.
He just starts sliding some of the contents of the food into a sack, and then ties that off and like hangs it from one of the protrusions on his armor.
That'll work. Yeah.
Yeah, especially for people like Graph, Synth, and even Durgarak.
Durgarek, yeah.
Durgarak. This is probably the best meal you've had in a long time. The Legion, it's mostly army rations, gruel. Graph, you're probably mostly eating anything cooked over any wild game cooked over a fire that you can get your hands on. Synth, your diet's probably mostly grilled insects and mushrooms down in the Undercity. So this is primetime eating,
Right.
compared to what you're used to.
You've noticed the entire time she held herself very nobly and tried to be very kind of higher than she was. Once the food came out, she completely lost interest. She was very just shoveling it in. All that regalness went away to the fact of she's just wanting to eat as much as she and not nicely.
You're gonna get cramps.
I didn't eat anything off the table except for a couple of slices of bread and some meats and such, but I do put a bunch of it away in a bag. Was there a courier on the way in here?
A courier, just like a mailman.
Yeah, there are couriers throughout Ravnica who, like specifically like Gruul, mostly like operatives who will like mail shit from place to place in the city for a price.
If there was one around here, you didn't see him out front. Most likely, a place like this would have its deliveries brought to them. So he probably was. If one was going to come here, he probably went through an alley around back.
Okay. Well, I'm just
If you're looking for a courier, you could probably hail one down pretty.
Yeah, that's my goal. Like, I'll go outside on my own after I get everything done, hail one down, and mail the bag of food to myself.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, Dick lights up another smoke. Says, "I'll be waiting outside. Take your time." And he also takes a piece of parchment out, lays it down. Also, take time to look at this. This is the best mapping I could do based on the information I had. He kind of points his finger in the middle. He's like, I think the hive is about here, but I can't be sure. But luckily, we do have a Golgari amongst us, so I think she's going to be invaluable. And as he kind of leaves, he kind of pats Synth on the shoulder and walks out.
She looks up and has like food running from her face, like, huh? Like she didn't make it really.
I don't know if any of you guys are esteemed cartographers or familiar with reading maps, but it's a hand-drawn map of the Undercity, which is already a kind of a maze. So yeah, it's kind of tough to read.
Is she leaving us with that map, or he leaving us?
Yeah, he's leaving it with you to look it over, try to get your bearings.
Does Durgarak look like he's probably the biggest, meanest looking dude in the group?
I don't know about Graf.
Armor-wise.
What is? Oh, probably.
So it's right now an arm wrestle, dude.
I'm pretty big.
Your name's like he's a baby. that takes you out of the running. What? I'm sorry. What is Graf? I didn't get the intro on him.
I don't really have a height. I don't know, how tall is your character? I'd be like
He's
at
like
most
7
like
feet tall.
6 foot. Yeah, you'd be taller than me.
Really
But yeah,
is.
I'm in full chainmail. Minotaur
If he's the only one in armor, I'll go over to him and
carrying a shield.
pull out like a tape, like a measuring tape, and just start kind of taking his measurements.
In armor.
Undertaker
help you?
style.
Your armor, Boros Legion, generic garbage. If I'm gonna be traveling with you, I'd rather you have something worth, well, protecting your skin. Do you mind if I make some enhancements?
As long as I may supervise, I don't see any qualms with it.
Well, you shouldn't have to take the armor off or anything. I can do it while you're in it. You see him start pulling plates and slamming them down on the table. Just sit there, be cautious, and you see his fingers start lighting up with electricity. He will go to town welding plates to your armor and basically upgrading it. If you let him do it, you gain the enhanced defenses augment, +1 armor, +1 AC.
Yeah, I don't have any reason to distrust a lot of you.
He looks.
We were hired by
his armor.
Well,
Looks,
by people
trust
I
me,
trust.
Goblin?
he looks. I'm not a goblin. I'm a human. You shut your face.
I called him a
Oh my
gremlin.
god.
He's just weird looking.
I'm just in his head. I've had some issues. Okay, magic happens.
Sounds
okay?
like it.
But the armor looks a bit more Izzet-like and
Yeah, I watched you make dark vision goggles. I'd be willing to let you do this.
yeah. So all it does is just enhance your armor by +1. That's it.
Oh,
Well, that's neat.
And my second infusion for the day, Steve, will be enhanced defenses on his armor
Cool.
How long does that last?
until I change it.
Okay, let me know. Well, I'll just take a note.
that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And then
And I would thank what's his name again? I'm sorry, Edzal.
Edball.
Edval.
I look at the woman who's eating and is also been called a Golgari to our faces, and I'll say,
Do you think we'll deal with any opposition? I know the Golgari are a bit unwelcoming.
We've been told to allow you in for right now. Just stay close and we'll be fine.
Oh, what about the other things that are all about there? I mean, yeah.
There's always opposition. We're always. But that's why we are hired.
Okay, well, I guess I'll be prepared then.
pulls out a hand crossbow off his belt, snaps it open, sets it on the ground, pulls a shield off his back, starts disassembling it and making a huge crossbow.
Yeah. Alright, I'm ready.
She keeps eating.
Alright, I'm out of character, I'm ready. I'm gonna set it into heavy crossbow mode to start.
Alright, so when you guys are done partaking of the lavish food, you go outside and see Dick waiting for you. He kind of signals you over. You guys can just walk through the busy streets of Precinct 6, over bridge here. Make your way through way to. It's a pretty normal day. Sun's shining, people are out, no really much trouble. And then leads you down kind of a spiraling staircase, and as you are kind of descending, you know just that the cobblestone kind of giving way to more like vines and moss to the point where it's called there's you've gone from nice crafted step to essentially just natural jutting stone covered in moss and branches and stuff. And after probably a good hour march, just descending, you kind of come out into the Undercity, which essentially looks like this weird mirror version of Ravnica from above. There's just all these old spires and buildings kind of jutting down out of the ceiling or up out of the earth, but it looks like almost like nature's kind of reclaiming the city as these giant trees and moss and vines just are consuming these ancient buildings. And it smells like manure and compost.
It smells like home.
Dick lights up another smoke. He says,
can I get one of those, please? This place smells terrible.
opens up his pack and kind of lets you take one.
Yeah, that smells like a city, yeah. Oh, this is so good.
It's like, well, this is where my guidance kind of becomes less useful. You still got that map?
Can I get a couple more of those for the road?
He just tosses you the pack. There's like 3 left.
Thanks.
He's already dragged like half of the thing and it's just hanging there. The ash is still just hanging there. Just falls off incidentally. He's like kind of blowing the smoke on his person and just trying to not smell like nature.
Dermak's going to light a torch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start burning other things.
Alright. So as long as you guys have that map and you follow it, you should be able to find the hive. I'll be watching your back and and as he says that, you see him kind of grab a vine and then kind of just hoist himself up and kind of disappear almost into this big tangle above your heads, and the detective just kind of wanders off.
Alright. Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn and look to the Golgari and just kind of wait patiently, because I can't read that map.
If I had the map, I would take a look at it, and wherever he pointed, just a history check where he pointed would I be familiar with?
Oh, it's a great thing. You have, as a Golgari agent, you actually have the ability, Undercity Path states that you actually are easily able to navigate the Undercity. So even though the map is kind of hastily and scratchily written, you know exactly where that is. Like, you probably wandered past there before. You know it's a crawl hive.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the map. I'm gonna kind of look at it and maybe do some little chicken scratches to kind of fill in a little more detail or change a couple things that are a little more accurate, and then start just to say, I believe it's this way, and start walking towards the area that he wanted us to go to.
Yeah, sounds good.
Looking at like vines and plant growth, just see something crawling.
I'll follow along with the party. Try to keep kind of close to Edval. He's got me concerned for his own safety already. I'll just have shield in one hand, torch in the other.
Yeah, I would be away from Edval as far away as possible.
Slaps the goggles on because it's dark down here. And,
Is there like an abundance of these vines? Like, are they at all salvageable?
For what purpose?
Like to use as like a makeshift rope?
Yes, for sure.
If you want to quickly gather some?
Yeah, make me a survival check.
Can I help him with that? Because that's the kind of thing that I Can I help him with that?
Yes, yeah,
Please.
Yeah. You definitely can.
I'm trained
We
in
never
survival.
see survival checks. That's nice.
That's my thing. That's my jam.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys kind of
you're-
work in tandem, being kind of people or almost creations of nature. Graph kind of cutting these thin vines, and Valor using his dexterous tentacles and hands to kind of braid them and weave them into actually a pretty tight rope. So you can add an extra 50 feet of, I guess, vine rope, which will have the same strength as hempen rope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as you're moving through the Undercity, you kind of do come across a couple small villages, and even a small market. There's lots of in the market. The smell is far more pleasant. Not the best, but better than what you're smelling before. There's smells like grilled food, and people hawking kind of strange, weird wares. Edval and Issei would notice that there's actually an elf, pale-skinned elf with a kind of a hood, and he's got a little stand. He's got a bunch of scrap parts, like actually like weird Mizium parts that looks like he's kind of collected, and he's selling them, hawking his wares. And there's grilled insects and candied cockroaches and stuff for sale. Lots of fun stuff. Almost, it kind of seems like a market you'd see in like Singapore or something at night, but underground.
I go to scrap dealer, like with everything else, the mission, all of it, it's just become irrelevant. What has he got?
What's the light like down here?
Mostly natural light from glowing insects. Mostly, they seem to be lighting makeshift lampposts and just kind of flying around.
We can see.
You can see decently. Almost like you can kind of see like you would in like the evening time or like at nighttime in a market that was lit by street lamps. So some areas are brighter than others.
Okay.
But yeah, John, you were just saying you actually want to see what
Oh
he had?
yeah. You said he had Mizium.
Oh, it's hot garbage. It's Mizium, but it's like scrap. But from down here, it's probably the best you're gonna find that in this market. But
how many pounds?
Compared to the quality of stuff you're used to, it's hot garbage.
Yeah, no shit. But like, I mean, the Mizium though, how many pounds of it does he have? Like, and how much is he selling it for? I mean, I know it's shit, but like, I mean, I'll take it.
He's probably got a good. He actually has a nice little scale on a chain. Plops a few plates up on it. Looks like it's about probably 30 pounds of usable material.
Does the law exist down here?
How much does he want for it?
It's an exciting question.
He takes out an abacus, but the balls on the abacus are actually just dried pill bugs. He almost looks like he doesn't quite know like what this is worth because he doesn't get too many customers. So he's like,
I'll give you 5 gold pieces for the lot.
I whisper in his ear, "Why would you pay for something we already own?"
No, shh. I'm not. I don't. He found it. Probably some other inventor broke it like an idiot, and I'm sure I can learn a lot of secrets from it. But if he doesn't want to sell it to me, he doesn't have to. 5 gold is the most I'll do for what you've got. How about it?
What is how's your gold minted? Is it minted as Azorius Xenos or Boros Xenos?
It's probably actually Azora, or my brain didn't. The one that you said, the Azorius
Xenos. Yeah, he takes one of the coins and kind of bites it, gets really excited, and he says, "Yeah, no problem, buddy, no problem."
5 gold. 30 pounds.
Yeah,
it's all good. Take it.
Okay.
Hands you the 5 coin, takes all of the pounds of metal, walks over to Durgarak and says, it's just kind of like already at the encumbrance limit, looks at him and says,
"Can you help me out with this? Since I can use it later to maybe upgrade your armor even more."
Durgarak will just roll his eyes and open his rucksack.
Alright, I just start chucking
Let
plates in.
Let him dump shit in there.
You're enabling a hoarder.
As I'm dumping the pieces in, I am making sure to see if they all belong to the same device, and to see if like this guy accidentally found like a blown up, is it like device that he's kind of got the pieces for, but doesn't know what he has. You said they were kind of scorched, right? Like, is this?
Yeah, they almost look like you got
Converter?
the stuff that could be salvaged. The rest of it looked like it was slagged, so it was definitely from some sort of explosion.
Was it like a pyro converter or something? Like some kind of device like that looks like it's been fucking blown up, or?
Hard to tell with a quick glance.
I'll take some time later on when we get a downtime or whatever and see if I can't actually figure out what it was before. Maybe the guy had something he didn't,
Oh, he definitely did not know what he had. He just he's trying to make a living in the dumpster of Ravnica, right?
Shithole, yeah.
Well, it spills a lot of shit down that hole, and sometimes it's way more expensive than they think that it is. Like, yeah, so who knows what I got, but we'll see. All right. I mean, I'm okay.
After a brief stop in the little night market, you kind of notice that you're getting to far more dense Golgari territory. Kind of less civilization, less and less, more raw forest vines. You almost have to trailblaze a little bit. Yeah, Durgarak kind of has to push stuff out of the way, maybe cut stuff down just to kind of make enough room to get his bulk through. But yeah, Synth is very comfortable leading. She knows exactly where she's going.
While he was talking to the trying to buy stuff, if anyone was paying attention to me, they'd notice that I would go to some of the homeless people or beggars and such, and you see I start pulling stuff out of my pocket. It's food that I pocketed from the place we were eating, and giving it to the poor and children.
What a swell guy. A girl.
Oh, good guy.
Girl. Edwell doesn't even seem to notice or care. He's so focused on, like, now that it's in the bag, like, if I'm standing behind Durgarak as he's slashing through stuff, my eyes are just locked on that bag. I'm like, I wonder what it is. I look over at Issei, it's like, what do you think it is? Could be anything.
It could be trash.
Yeah, you're right, it could, but
It's down here.
that's
I'll just over my shoulder, heavy trash.
I look at him and say, I'm sorry. I'll see if I can't make you a device that helps you carry things. I didn't know a Boris Legionnaire was so weak.
We can drop this off wherever you like.
Well, I don't want to drop off at all yet. Oh, you were being smarmy. I'm sorry. You're so strong. Thank you so much for your help.
I'll just continue kind of clawing my path through whatever this debris is.
Yeah. As you kind of are marching through this heaviness, you do also seem to notice there's a far larger concentration of insects kind of moving through the brush and underfoot and just overhead. And as you kind of get closer and closer to your destination, this kind of buzzing just kind of starts to ring. And it does get louder and louder as you get closer to the hive. Eventually, you just kind of push some brush and you see it. Essentially, this old ruined building, and then kind of partially half covered in these like honeycomb kind of wasp nest type construct things, kind of engulfing what was once an old stone building, and you can very easily see these flying insect-like creatures, which you know are the crawl, buzzing in and out of the hive just kind of constantly. Doesn't seem to be any sort of foot traffic going in through where the old door to the building was, but the few that are coming out are kind of flying off and away into the darkness.
So these crawler, they're a bug? They're insect humanoids?
Yeah, exactly.
Insectoid? Okay.
How big are they?
Usually average between 6 to 7 feet.
Wow. Okay.
Got it.
Bug people. Synth, you know that the Crawl are technically part of the swarm, and they are supposed to be allied with the Golgari, but the inner workings and politics of the Golgari, there are always rebels looking to increase their standing by whatever way necessary, and it's not uncommon. A lot of civil wars and infighting to happen amongst the swarm.
Okay. I look back at the group and say, how would we like to proceed?
Yeah. Kind of sets the crossbow down, like gets it out and gets it into his hands.
Yeah, Graf will start like cracking his knuckles and like cricking his neck.
What kind of weapon does Graf use?
Nothing. You don't see any weapons.
You can actually see like a
Seeing that,
you actually see a confused look from Edval, kind of like looking him over.
I'll look to Graf. Are you sure you're okay for this? Would you like to borrow something?
You'll kind of look at your like metal weapons and kind of have like a disgusted look on his face.
Fair enough.
Kind of whispers into Durgrak.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you, buddy. What an idiot. Bugs can't get through armor.
And then kind of looks back at Graf like he's just intrigued. He's like, like he's thinking of all the metal he can put on him to make him better at whatever he does.
Durgarak, after kind of getting a look at this old building hive, make me either a history or a religion check.
It'll be religion. 8.
You know that this old building was before it kind of was sunk down and it was absorbed into the Undercity when it was it was it looks like it was an old Boros church back where like the clerics and paladins of the old Legion would come to kind of pray and worship you're the old Boros Guildmaster before Aurelia, who is essentially a war angel. It was an angel named Razia. This was probably one of her old ancient churches, but that was from who knows how long ago. But it's essentially desecrated now and it's been taken by the swarm.
That. How far away are the Kroll, was it?
Yeah.
How far are we from the entrance?
I'd say probably about a good 80 feet.
I was gonna say it's right there. After I pulled the stuff away, you can see it.
Yeah, you guys you're kind of in the cover of brush right now, but the distance between you and the hive, it looks like it's kind of been matted down, probably just from patrolling crawl and just foot traffic going in and out of the hive. So the cover definitely good, like where you are now.
I lean over to Valor, and I say,
Do you remember why we're supposed to be down here? I forgot. Are we supposed to kill those things?
looks over to Synth.
Do we kill those?
I don't think we're supposed to. No, I don't think so.
Oh. What are we doing down here again? I forgot.
Valor shrugs.
If you want to try to recall, you can just make a.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to.
I want other
Or
people to know what's going on.
Or Valor. If you're trying to recall.
Yeah.
You would. I'm not even gonna make a check. You know that people are being abducted by the crawl of this hive for and kidnapping people is illegal. So yeah, that Azorius detective wants you guys to recover these people who are kidnapped, or at least find out what happened to them and dispatch or arrest those responsible.
I would just say missing persons
Did they
recovery mission.
Did they take them?
And I say that as I'm putting a crossbow bolt into the big crossbow.
Well, wait, not all of them. We just have to figure out which ones. Relax.
No.
I would turn to Synth. Are you capable of speaking with these things?
Just out of character, do most of them speak common, or is it a language?
They can understand common. They cannot speak it.
Okay.
They speak.
Can you speak crawl?
No.
Then yeah, you can't. You wouldn't be able to communicate them. Crawl essentially just. Bzzz.
I tell him.
No, she should be able to speak.
Unless you speak.
She should be able to speak it. Golgari get it as a part of their background. Should be under languages in the bottom left. Jody, check and see if they're-
Golgariness?
Oh shit. You can speak, B.
Does it say Kraul as one of the language options?
It does. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, this was put on after my
Super
talk.
awesome.
My bad. Yes, I do talk.
I do talk
I talk bug.
He just turns around and goes bzz, 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 bzz.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, I give him a low buzz with a knowing smirk.
Hmm. How would you like to approach this?
I mean, we can try talking to them at first, but as was mentioned before, they can be violent. So I would definitely be ready to.
I can be violent. I mean,
Is that cat talking?
yeah.
I was like, that's a cat.
I'm trying to roleplay over here. Look at me. Cute cat. Nah.
She doesn't know it's a camera, but she sees the blue lights and she's like, yeah, blue lights. I want to brush my face against them. Anyway.
But yeah, just let me know how you guys want to proceed, and it's all good.
I guess I'm going to go out and also.
I would go with you. I would
Okay.
be willing to go with you to make sure you're safe.
Fantastic.
Would anybody else want to volunteer for a forward party, or would you guys want to get into a position where, if something were not to go friendly,
I just need to
you
know
could act on it?
if I need to be ready to kill them or if I need to be ready to talk. It's really a different change of... I need a lot of foreshadowing. Sorry.
I turn to Edval. If you see this torch hit the ground, shoot any bug.
I'll walk up with
Wait,
you.
I'm sorry, Jody. You're not a bug. You're a Golgari.
No,
guy?
I'm a half elf.
Okay, cool. Nobody's a bug.
Only the bugs are bugs.
Okay, shoot any bug.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I really appreciate you trying to help out, and that's nice. But what I'm saying is I need some preparation time. If I want Bessie to do what I want Bessie to do, I'm gonna need some time with her. I need to make her ready. Are we going to kill the bugs? Or are we going to talk to them?
We're going to talk.
Yeah, fine. Just shrugs.
Start your preparations just in case.
Fine.
So Issei's coming with us as well.
Yeah, I'll walk up with you.
All right. Anybody
So
else?
where exactly are you walking?
We're gonna walk straight line towards the entrance, make ourselves plenty visible to them,
Okay.
and approach as a emissary of a lawman.
Also, heads up though, I do not have a sword. I said I had a big sword on my back. I don't. I have a small hand axe at my waist. Just, I know it's stupid, but just little things. So
As you guys kind of go across this open field-ish, well, field, quote unquote, you notice that all the crawl flying above don't seem to mind paying much notice. They seem to be preoccupied with what they're doing. And as you get closer, those of you with dark vision or any way to see in the dark, if you kind of look up, you'd see that on the roof there's more of these kind of honeycomb type deals, and a lot of those flying crawls seem to be buzzing up to them, doing some work on them, and then flying to another one, and they seem to be very preoccupied with their work. And they don't seem to notice you at all as you kind of approach these old stone doors that was once the doors to this church. But as you kind of get close enough to it, out of a small hole to your left, almost like this weird, almost like centipede-like appendage kind of comes out, and it kind of like darts its head, like, and it just starts speaking in crawl, like, "Who are you? Friend of Swarm? Friend of the Swarm?"
I'm going to do either I'm going to show them my signet and say absolutely friend of the swarm.
And it kind of looks at you, and it kind of goes up to your insignia. It looks pleased, and it kind of looks over to Durgarak, and then quickly to Issei, and then looks back at you, and again in crawl says, more offerings for the queen? Offerings for the queen? For the Great One?"
No, we are here to speak on behalf of our group and to hopefully speak to the queen.
Speak to the queen? No. Who do you serve? Do you serve Gerard? Gerard or Vraska? Who do you serve? The Gorgon Queen or the Elf King? Who do you serve? Tell me now. Tell now or die.
The Gorgon Queen.
Oh, the Gorgon Queen. Oh, very good. And he kind of slinks back into the hole.
How far away are they from us, our people?
They'd be the full 80 feet now. They managed to get right up to the door.
Okay.
So what did he say?
I would absolutely verbatim repeat that to you guys, let you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and you would kind of understand, Synth, what he was talking about. When he says the Gorgon Queen, he's talking about the old guildmaster, the Golgari, Vraska, who is also a planeswalker, and you actually know that she currently was overthrown recently by the guildmaster who was before her, who was resurrected, who is an elf lich by the name of Gerard Vodsalvo. She was overthrown by him, and she currently is not on plane that you know of. And yeah, so that's why there's so much unrest amongst the Golgari, because Gerard is trying to keep the reins on his rulership right now. So there's a lot of tension between the usurper, the supposed usurper, and the old. This hive seems to kind of be in league with the Gorgons.
So is the other one is not very well liked then by most people, or is he? What's the feeling?
Well, the three major powers in the Undercity would be the Devracarin, which are the undead dark elf, and they are very loyal to Gerard. The Gorgons, who are far smaller in number but very powerful, the Medusas, or most of them are either loyal to Vraska or are her offspring. And then there's the Crawl, who kind of just follow who they think is the strongest or who can elevate them. And then there's also the humans, who kind of are split down the middle, as humans do. They kind of go where they think they're going to find the most success.
Okay.
But currently, to your knowledge, Gerard he's kind of firmly has the Golgari in his grasp. So these Crawl would probably be considered rebels.
Oh, those are bad, Crawl. And wasn't the person we're looking for kidnapped by Crawl?
I think that's the assumption.
I'm not saying that, these are those Crawl. I'm just saying that they seem to be asking for people, and they're,
They've already got some.
They got together.
Somewhere.
Look around the old church here while we're here, and see see signs of non-troll things like being stored here.
Sorry, Jeremy, one more time.
Kind of scan the room and see if it looks like humans or anything else has been here. Something that hasn't been Kroll, like has been held here, kept.
Just around the outside.
Whatever I can see from where I'm standing.
Yeah, just a quick glance. It's hard to tell because of the ground you're standing on. It's so like kind of spongy, like moss, and it kind of gives way. And as you kind of step, almost like dirty water. It's almost like walking like a shallow swamp. So the footprints kind of, as you lift your foot, they almost kind of like a sponge, kind of go back to its original state. So it's hard to see if there's any footprints or anything or indentation. From what you see, it looks like the Crawl mostly enter and exit the hive through these honeycombs on top.
I'll do a little bit of preparation work since I think this is going south. I pull out a little device that has a button on its top, kind of hold that in one hand, and then with my right hand, I'm just putting a bunch of weird devices along the side of the barrel chute for the heavy crossbow, and you see him kind of shake a bottle and kind of click it into place, and it starts kind of like burning. Actually, do I know what Crawl are weakest to, like elemental wise?
Do you have nature trained?
Not trained, no.
Make me a raw intelligence check.
I think they're vulnerable to mayonnaise.
I don't know. I look over at Valar and I say, what don't the Crawl like? As he kind of holds a couple of vials.
I
You
didn't know that.
know that they're weak to being their heads being smashed in or limbs cut off. You know, things that most things are.
Like a bug.
Blunt force trauma.
Oh no, my only weakness, bullets.
Yeah, literally that. If we stab them, they'll probably die.
Then it'll kind of like blue energy kind of generates inside of the vial that he slots into the heavy crossbow. That's alongside the barrel shoot or the bolt shoot. And I'm basically prepared to cast a spell when stuff goes south.
So we're waiting. We're waiting for the bug to come
He's
back.
essentially the bug. Essentially, is welcome you inside, and the front door isn't locked at all. Like it's
Okay.
even.
Oh, I thought we were waiting for him to come back.
Yeah, I thought he was going to come
Oh,
back after announcing
sorry.
us or something. No, that's fine. Is anybody else going to make preparations or move closer? You guys are still 80 feet behind us.
Do you gesture for us to come follow you, or
Yes.
I would, yeah. I would raise the torch up high so you can see and start walking closer towards the door.
Edval will start walking out, not really understanding what John realizes is that you two were invited, we weren't, and start walking towards the door.
Yeah, follow
Guess
suit.
we'd all follow, yeah.
Do the crawl up on the top of the building start doing anything different now that they see a bunch of other individuals popping out of the shadows to come join these two?
No, not at all.
Alright.
They keep the ones up high above keep to their work. So my understanding is you guys are all entering into the hive.
Yeah, I'll push the ancient church doors open with
Awesome.
a little bit of a bummer look on my face.
Let me see if I can do this thing where I can just copy all
More
your
dinner.
tokens. Beauty. You guys see things?
I do.
I
I
see
see
my
black.
token at the left and a lot of black.
Yeah, some people have. You're holding a torch, right, Durger?
Yes.
Evan, do you
I
have
see
dark
it.
vision, or does any?
I should.
Yes, I have dark vision.
I should, but my original token wouldn't have.
Okay, then
I
can give you
should,
guys
yes.
dark vision then.
Yeah, I hadn't decided whether or not to change my device to that or not. And moving forward, it takes a long rest to do the infusions. I just hadn't decided what we were doing, or I hadn't been told what we were doing, so I hadn't planned ahead.
Who still needs light or vision?
I do.
I got that
I do
dark
as
vision.
well. It's very, very. It's darker than normal for dark vision.
Okay, Andy, you can't see on.
I see
Valor?
it's very dim, but I'm not sure it's supposed to be that dim.
So
It'd be 40 by 20.
no, for dark vision, it should be 70/-10,
Okay.
and then for torchlight, it'll be 40/20. 40 in the first column, 20 in the second.
You guys should all be good then.
Mine is completely pitch.
Oh, it's true.
I'm waiting for my torch, but be ready for me to drop it if you need to make it a object.
Alright, cool. You shouldn't need to drop it. If you start saying, like, I might have to drop my torch, Edval walks over to you and says, no. Do you have a shield, or are you swinging two-handed?
Shield.
Okay. You see him take the torch and mount it to one of the shoulders, and it seems to settle into a groove or like a little socket hole that you hadn't noticed before. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so you guys should all have good vision. So
We are good now.
Yeah.
feel free
now.
to
It's good enough.
romp.
Since this is an ancient Boros church, would I have any recollection of the architecture of it?
Nah, way too old.
Okay.
To know, like, you know what it is, but to know, like, the outline, like, it's essentially, like, its outline or the way it would have been constructed, it's just kind of beyond what that
That's fair.
history check from before would have told you.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I am readying an action. If it looks like it's about to go into a fight, i.e. if you try and make us roll initiative, I'm immediately casting my spell. It's arcane weapon. All I'm doing is spreading the crossbow he shoots.
For sure.
Man.
I'm not attacking you guys, so
I know. I'm just waiting for everyone else to move.
Go, tank, go.
I'm continuing my investigation from before.
I will, keeping synth behind me. I'll start down this path on the right.
So yeah, it comes into a pretty big chamber, or decently sized. In the middle, you see what would be a 3-foot high cylindrical stone, essentially an obelisk. And on top is inverted, and inside this bowl shape is kind of looks like a viscous black liquid. Looks very oily.
Do I have any idea what that would be?
Oh, once it was a basin for holy water, I don't doubt. Ever since it was overtaken by these creatures. Your guess must be the best. I'm looking at Synth. I would assume she would be the best to know about what they've done to this place.
Yes, Cynthia, you can make a nature check if you're trying to discern what the liquid is. 16. Good enough. Yeah, you know it's an ichor taken from a very specific kind of beetle, and a lot of Golgari and Crawl warriors, they use it the same way a warrior would use oil to polish their weapon. Because Golgari weapons are typically bioorganic, like they're usually the limbs or teeth of animals, it works very much the same way. They'll use it to sharpen, polish, and refine their weapons. You'd also notice that on the side of the basin there is a very obvious, what looks like a crank. That would like to be pulled, essentially.
To crank that soldier boy if needed. Correct. Okay.
I'm not. I'll just kind of peer around the building and continue through this room if nobody's going to stop.
Door on the opposite side.
Stone wall. Where looks like it's kind of cut in the shape of a door, but it looks like it's sealed shut. The stone.
Okay.
Try the other way.
Yep. Heading back the way we came from. And oh, there's bugs.
Yeah, so as soon as you kind of get up there, you instantly notice that what looks like 5 giant centipedes that are kind of all wrapped around these old skeletons. It looks like they're kind of chomping into the marrow, into the bone, and sucking out whatever nutrients might be left in these like ancient bones. They don't really seem to pay you much mind. You also notice 3 pretty sizable old ornate-looking chests.
Does it look like there's any way to go from here? It looks like the room's closed. Or a dead end.
From what you can see, it looks like a empty room. Not empty, but dead end. Sorry.
Are there bugs moving around in the chamber?
They're moving, not too much. They're moving in the sense of they're grabbing a bone, kind of chomping it. You hear kind of like a chittering, sucking sound as they try to get whatever marrow and nutrients are left on these bones.
Are we killing them? Are we killing those things? We're killing them, right? Is that what we're doing?
We wait. And I'll step forward.
Durgrak, soon as you step there, you couldn't see him from where you were standing before, but you actually... There's actually a Crawl warrior hanging upside down from the ceiling. And he kind of chitters at you. And
I will break in and the Crawl say, "Peace, we do not harm you here. We are here to speak to the Queen under invite." Not invite. We're here to speak to the queen. We were asked to come talk to her.
He kind of just says, "Fool, you may talk to the queen, but this one's such a tasty morsel for my pet."
I shoot that one.
And as soon as he you hear him a snapping, and the stone door falls out of the ceiling, sealing Durgarak in the room by himself.
So I didn't get my shot off?
Were you just shooting your crossbow?
Yeah, the heavy crossbow straight at that guy.
At this crawl?
Yeah, before he closed it. When he started threatening,
you didn't know he was threatening because you don't understand crawl.
Yeah. That's right.
To you, it just sounded like more buzzing, like what you've been hearing this whole time.
The door closes, though.
The door closes. The crawl that was kind of taunting, it crawls up into the ceiling.
What did he say?
And then Durgarak, I need you to roll immunity.
I have advantage with Sentinel Shield.
Yep.
So
Don't forget your plus
should I just roll it? Yeah, I've got that ready. Should I just roll it twice?
What, your initiative?
Yeah.
Let's see if you, yeah, definitely. Yeah, there you go.
So there's no way for us to get to him?
Elect one of you guys to roll initiative for the group, and I'll let you guys kind of decide as a group on that turn what you want to do to try to help.
Got it.
Oh,
that'll work, Edval.
Perfect.
Just let you pre-roll the dice for us.
Okay,
We
so
can't lose.
the group initiative is up. You guys, a stone door just kind of slammed, separating you from your big meaty.
How much of the wall that dropped in between? How much did it look like it weighed?
I'd
To
immediately
give you an example of a sound, you know in Zelda when you go into a room that slams behind you and it gets you that like thunk sound,
Yeah.
you're like, oh no, now I gotta solve a small puzzle. It's that kind of level of sound.
Yeah, I never
The
liked
puzzle of the 5 centipedes.
So it looks like it might be like a foot or so thick of stone.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And it looks like it actually came down and settled on the ground, right?
Yeah, like it's set in its frame.
Oh,
Graph had a cool idea. I like Graph.
hold on, real quick. There was a groove, like it settled into, or it's just setting on top of the floor. There was no like divot or anything. It's just setting on top.
No, the grooves are on the left and right side. That was kind of
Okay, so
and it's now it's flat on.
okay, so the floor panel, and okay, I look at Grohl and I say, "You ready to test out those muscles?"
Yep. I'm already getting down there.
Great. And I
It's
walk
time to
up,
lift.
I walk over to the wall and I say, once it's up in the air, just hold it up, okay? And you see him pull out this small little like metal pane and kind of try and fit it underneath the stone, just like a little bit, just a tiny little bit. And he goes, okay, bang! And slams his foot on the ground. I cast Thunder Wave upwards so that the door shoots straight up.
All right, let me get a strength check from Graf to make sure he can lift it enough to give you that room.
You're gonna lose your fingers.
Well, it's gonna
Can you guys even see the door?
The door's gonna go up 10 feet. And then once it's stopped at that point, it's Graf's turn to catch the door in the air. Either it's going to flatten him, lock into place where it came from, or he's going to catch it and Swole McGoal catch a hold of it. But yeah, either way, the door is going up for a second for us to be able to see. But it's literally just going to pop up. If it's not being locked into place once it gets to the top of its point, it's just going to drop back down. So my brain goal is that once it's sent back up, it's going to lock back into place. Maybe.
You're essentially gonna set off a charge to launch it up, and then you want Graf to catch it.
I'm going to launch it straight back up into its fitting if it's a 10-foot high ceiling, right? So
Sure.
If it has a locking mechanism, that's the hope that it doesn't have to fall back down on Graf. If it does not come back up and lock back into place, Graf is going to need to Strong Boy catch it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Graf, you're gonna need to make me a strength check because you're gonna have to catch it.
Strength athletics. Get swole.
Can I aid him with Mage Hand?
Mage Hand, no.
Yeah, Mage Hand can only.
It's
If
got a
I could have
15
used
strength.
athletics, it would have been a better roll.
5-pound
What's your athletics?
Athletics
what?
is 7.
So that would have been +7, right?
Yeah, so
To
16
the
instead of
16.
16.
Yeah. So no, that's fine. Yeah, and cast Thunderwave for me.
Okay, hold on.
You're gonna do that.
strong as shit.
That is pretty strong.
So it's a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, but I'm sliding it in a way that it's detonating out and upwards. It won't go through the door. It'll just go up into the door. So it's not going to hit anybody on our side. It will hit anything on the opposite side if it goes through the door. If that groove underneath the door is wide enough for it to shoot out through, it'll basically just clip them in the legs. Otherwise, if it's not at that point, it is just shunting the door straight up, kind of at an awkward angle.
All right. Durgar, give me a con save.
You got it.
Could I guidance?
Yeah,
There it is.
damn it.
There it is. I got.
Sorry, Andy, what
Sealed
were
the
you-
room with centipedes and then a fucking grenade.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna guidance, but I can't guidance him. He's not in the same room with us.
Zach,
All right. So yeah.
Here are the two options, okay? You're in a room by yourself fighting all those things without us, or you get shotgunned in the back as we breach and clear this bitch. Your choice.
Your breach and clear
I'm
is
a big
successful.
guy. I can fight 5 centipedes.
All right.
Okay, so going forward, you are holding this door up. If you do anything besides continue to hold up, you know it's going to slam back down.
Yeah.
Durgarak, you're taking 12 points of thunder damage as you hear this loud, like, boom, and then the back of your legs almost make you buckle as you just feel this, like, slicing pain, like, kind of ring through the armor.
So he's pushed 10 feet forward, too.
Damn.
You lose your footing.
You can knock him
And
prone if you want because of the nature of the throw. Like,
Bug food.
either way.
I'll
yeah,
go prone. That was a.
Oh god, bug! When he's flat on his face. Oh god, bugs!
yeah. Now it's oh god bugs. So seeing the fresh meal, which is far more delicious than the corpses they are eating, they will feast on beef.
We're swarm.
Five bite attacks against Durgarak, who's your AC is 20 with the enchanted arm.
Correct.
Strong.
Tough.
All right, so that's 2 hits.
Wait, they hit your huge AC?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Rolled a
No, I believe
20.
you. I don't.
No, we trust you.
I'm just more scared. Is all. That's it.
And then I also need you. I need you to make another con save against the poison.
5 this time.
So I'm gonna need you to take 11 11, and then another 20 damage total.
20
Jesus.
damage total.
How you doing?
A little bloodied.
Oh,
Some exciting things happen. I haven't pieced it together yet.
All right, big guy, retribution.
as a free action, as that's happening, I'm going to say to everyone, "Get through, quick! Get through!" All right, and everyone's ears are probably ringing too. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Why do we have to get through? Because the door isn't the door blasted.
We're down one man as long as we have the door open. Graph is literally
Graph is holding it open.
holding it open.
Oh, I see. I see.
Once everyone's past the door, he can move into the door as well and drop it. Or if he wants to do a cool thing, he can just drop the door and leave.
There you go.
2 men, 5 centipedes.
All right, you're up, Zach. Give him
All right, I'm going
Plot
to go.
twist. Graph is the Demir agent.
Son of a bitch.
Killed this my ass.
I'm gonna go ahead and Hunter's Mark this one at the upper right, and I'm going to pull my flail and have a swing at him. 14 to hit.
Perfect. Roll damage.
4 plus the Hunter's
That is
Mark.
enough.
That was enough.
Yes, they're giant bugs. Yeah, you
Oh, I hate
spin
them.
your it's a flail, right? Not a morning
Yes,
star.
sir.
So yeah, spin it, bring it down. You just cracks right into this enemy, just viscera and green goo.
All right, and second attack on the one at the top. He's getting Hunter's Mark as well, because why not? Flail 17 to hit, 6 bludgeoning. He's dead, but fun.
Not
7 total damage.
Not to be a Debbie Downer, you can't move the mark. You have to bonus action to move it. You already bonus action to cast it.
Oh, thank you. Okay, well, I killed it.
It doesn't matter because
I genuinely
There,
didn't know
baby.
that, so thank you.
Dead.
No worries. Next turn, you
I
can
feel
move
like
it,
I
though.
had this.
great. It's the group's turn.
I'm gonna move in to this one would be threatening the front door, right?
Yep. Well, they look like they're all pretty focused on and have a taste for beef, but yeah, that would be the closest.
I run right in, and you see him flip up a spyglass scope off the top of it and just lean right into the thing, pressing the crossbow against the centipede, and I pull the trigger. I do not have disadvantage because I have crossbow expert, and I'm putting a shot right into this thing. 19, and it does an extra d6 fire damage as well.
I didn't see your roll come up. Is it?
It'll be there in a second. It's 19.
Oh yeah, it's just lagging.
6
Yeah,
piercing, and then it'll be a d6 extra, but I haven't rolled it because I think it's dead.
just yeah. From the power of that crossbow, not only do you like take it, but the bolt just takes it with it and just
Okay.
pales it into.
And then I'm kind of like, I do that, and I'm like, still looking down the scope and holding it with my chin. I'm like, go, go, go!
I just walk in.
Yeah, the rest of you can take actions as well.
Graph will just keep holding the door, but he's got
I'll-
a really sad
I'll
look on
attack.
his
You can
I
drop.
wanted to crush bugs.
You can drop the door,
face.
Kevin, if you want.
We gotta get out, dude.
I think I missed.
Yeah, the 10 is gonna miss. Right as you went to swing, ducks down as it's getting ready to take another chomp of beef. Synth and Issei, do you guys want to make a move at all?
Yeah, I'll step in and attempt to shoot one. Yeah.
Do it.
7.
Left or right?
Left.
Beauty.
It's
Synth,
a
you wanna
bait.
finish it off?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Is
help.
that bye
18.
Beauty.
Ah, that's a nice crossbow.
5.
Looks like one of my old ones.
You blast it with force, kind of clip on the side, and you kind of see green splutter out of it, but the head is still kind of like thrashing. And I'll make one last bite. It'll be a miss. It goes back around to Zach.
Horns. 16 to hit.
You mess with a bull.
Yep, you gore the shit out.
Shouldn't that just be horn? And just have the one?
It's 1.5. One, I favored one too much in the past.
Blunted it down.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one's for piercing and one's for bludgeoning.
There you go.
I keep meaning to get it capped.
There's no crawl. There's no crawl here. Where did it go?
Over here, in the left here, it looks like if there's in the ceiling with a bunch of these kind of honeycomb brambly shapes, and it looks like it kind of managed to fit itself up and crawl up into an exterior part of the hive.
Okay.
But where it crawled up, you can pretty plainly see a
Mechanism.
another crank.
Okay. Well then, I gesture to
I can climb that shit.
well, that or the warlock can just mage hand the crank.
There you go.
I will
Do
do
that.
that.
You pull the crank, you hear a click. Graph, you don't really feel as much of a tension on the door anymore that you're holding.
Slow.
Or else like to let it go once I realize it's not. Stand there and look at it for a bit because Graph is really stupid.
It kind of falls just like a little.
Doesn't understand why it doesn't need to hold it.
Kind of gives like a little, like an inch, and then just locks into place.
So they also not understand how the little like weird human guy shotgun blasted the thing that you were struggling with up in the air.
Probably not.
He's just like, I accept that.
Things happened, yeah.
I accept that as reality. That happens.
I'm gonna let everybody know that I don't know how this will fare for us for the rest of the journey. They are not kind to people who fight against them, so we'll have to make sure to be extra careful from here on out.
kindness is over. I'm going to give myself 3 points of lay on hands, get myself above bloodied.
Edval kind of looks over to Synth. Huh? What? What? What did you say? Mareful? There's no horses down here. What are you talking about?
I don't know if I wish I had like sending or something so I can just send him so he could hear.
He takes his pinky and shoves it into his mouth and puts it into his ear and starts pulling out like ma, ma, ma.
It's that tinnitus.
He just detonated like a thunder wave right at his feet.
Yeah, at his new best friend.
This explains everything.
I'm gonna cast Aid. Right. How do I do that?
How is the Minotaur looking? Are you wounded?
I'm hurt, but I'm fine.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's actually a good description. He looked like he did something. It looked almost like his hand almost like lit with a flame with kind of a golden red fire, and as he kind of bathed himself, all his wounds closed. So he's kind of has these scars and fresh scar tissue, but the wounds are all closed.
Yeah, you can kind of hear Edval kind of muttering about angel magic, but kind of walks over to check you out anyway.
Yeah, sorry, Andy, you were.
That's okay. I'm gonna give Durgarak, Issei, and Graf 5 extra hit points.
Issei? It's not front
Isn't
line.
he? Isn't he? He's not a front line.
No,
Who is it? Is it Synth?
he's friendly, but
Is
he's
it Synth?
totally fine.
Who's a front line?
Graf.
Graf?
And then
Durgarak.
Durgarak and Chody's character.
Synth.
Synth. Yeah, those are your
Okay,
three.
let's do that.
So it's +5 to max.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5.
Okay. For
It's good
8
because
hours.
it's really good. It's not temporary hit points.
Right.
All your muscles get a little bit bigger. You're all a little bit more
Right
swole.
on, right on.
You know, the
I'm wearing armor.
you know the greatest part about that spell? It stacks with other castings of it. I could cast it on them as well. No, sorry, 8. It's from the same benefit. Never mind, I'm a liar.
Yeah, I'll not. Yeah, dead centipedes.
That would be cheating.
I'm going to kind of kick around the carapace of these centipedes. See what they were digging through in here. It's mostly just old bones.
What are these?
Yeah, there wasn't much nutrition left on the corpses they were eating, which is probably why they were so frenzied to get some.
What's in these boxes?
Look like benches.
I'm sorry, all right. I used the best apps that were available.
No, I'm not judging. I thought they might have been benches. It's a
No,
church, isn't it?
they're old like ornate boxes. If you look inside, yeah, it just mostly looks like trinkets and baubles. Not really anything too valuable to you.
Oh, is
To
it?
Durgarak, very sentimental stuff, old timey prayer beads and stuff like that.
Is any of it metal?
Yeah, there's a couple like dishes and stuff like that, chalices.
Yep. The stuff that looks like it's more mundane, I start shoving in my own bag. The stuff that looks more sentimental and like fancy and frilly, I go, religious trinkets. It's all yours. And then slides like a silver plate into his bag.
I'm leaving it all there.
Oh, and start scooping it up and putting it in his bag. If it's made out of metal.
So, is there a place where the crawl warrior climbed?
Yeah, it looked like he kind of disappeared up here into a small hole.
Can I check that out?
Yeah, sure. If you want to climb up there, because you have a climbing speed, right?
I do.
Yeah, so you can ascend up about 15 to 20-ish feet and kind of slide yourself into the hole. And it's a really tight fit. You almost wonder how such a big creature was able to get there. And also notice it's very sticky. Almost like a nectar honey substance on this like weird crawl-made honeycomb.
Mhm.
Andy, could you tell us how you climb so well?
My character is a Simic hybrid, and
I
he
just want the
has these
detail.
tentacles.
Yeah, the tentacles.
What do you mean?
The tentacle part.
Tentacles. Yeah. I actually like the honey. Maybe it makes things a little stickier. It's good.
Oh, do you want to try eating it?
I want to try eating it. Yeah, I'll taste it. Sure.
I was gonna say I'd be trying to eat it too.
Yeah, some would have dripped down. So if you want to kind of put your hand on it and like lick your hand, yeah, it's good. It's honey.
Like Winnie the Pooh style. Yeah, for sure.
Is there any honeycombs we could take with us? Because if that's the thing, we're doing that.
Not from your standing. If Andy, where he is, if you want to try to carve some of the walls of the tunnel, the weird little crawl space he's in, you might be able to grab like a.
Sure, could I do that? And so am I pretty sure that this is not a space big enough for the party to get through?
You feel like besides you with your kind of nimble limbs to guide you, everyone else would have a very hard time getting through. Or even Edval, even though he's kind of diminutive, all his gear would definitely be a problem too.
Yeah, so we're not going this way. I'm not going to split the party.
Just curious, background wise, would my character know if it is just normal honey or if it's like has hallucinogenic properties or anything?
Am I tripping?
Mickey, is that you?
Yeah, Mickey. Right.
I'm just asking. It is the Sunday game. Come on.
If you taste the same honey that Graf tasted, you know this is like their run-of-the-mill like nourishment for the worker class kind of honey. You know there's something called royal jelly, which is for the nobility of the crawl, but to get some of that would be pretty difficult. Be a little hard.
Is that the goal here? As Graf is like scooping honey.
New mission, royal jelly. Let's do it.
We need to leave.
Anyway, we don't see any sign of the kidnapped persons.
Back the other way. Pull the other crank.
I'm assuming just like 15 pounds of scrap is fine.
Oh, for
royal nonsense.
or yeah, like just metal.
Oh, is that Graf?
I do manage.
Oh, yeah, it's Graf.
I do manage to.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to your model yet.
I'm
sizing up this door.
I'm gonna try and sneak it onto Durgarak without him noticing.
Sure. Durgarak, do you care if he puts more stuff in your bag, or?
Yes.
Okay, then
if they're Boros artifacts, yes.
Then give me sleight of hand versus Durgarak's perception.
I have perception
passive
advantage.
Oh. No.
Yeah, just roll me maybe actually
20.
Yeah, he himself.
I take them from there, march back to that room, and put them back in the box.
I look at him and I say, "Hey, they defiled this place. You don't want this stuff to be defiled, do you? You want it to be used for pure purposes, like your armor, right? Put it in your bag for your angel or something, whatever fucking shit you believe in. It's for that. Obviously, I'm doing it for good reasons.
Do you not take it?
Oh, I'm taking it away. I'm putting it back in the box.
I walk back over to him and I grab it. And I say, "No, hold on. I'll carry it. It's fine. We need to take it out of here. It's being defiled by these horrible creatures." I walk over to Graf. "Can you hold this for me?"
Graf will do it. He'll like look at it and has no idea what it is, but he'll like tangle it up in the vines he's got already wrapped around him.
I kind of look at.
He's covered in filth and honey.
I look at Durgarak kind of annoyed.
He just gave him like a Bible.
Look like a big disgusting bear covered in shit.
Nice.
What is Graf again? I'm sorry. Is he human? Is he? Okay.
He is a man. Like half a man, half a man thing.
Oh, he's also a Simic. Okay.
Yep.
Test tube babies.
Neither of them are combine. Neither of them are a part of the Simic combine, but they are both hybrids. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like Gray Fox. Freaks. He was an experiment.
Yeah. of the weapon program. Fucking Wolverine art. I see you.
Don't worry, dude. Where are my weapons?
I know. I understand what's gonna happen, but are they bone claws?
Yeah.
Maybe we can. Maybe we can make those Mizium if you get what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. No, I was picking up what you're putting down when you held on to the metal.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Alpha flight.
Hells yes. Canadian Conference and Canadians is the name of the game. Am I like, what am I, Martin Short? Jesus.
You're Puck.
That's what I was thinking.
No, Puck is like physically functional. I'm not at all.
Yeah, but he's a crazy midget, so
Hey, well,
that's you.
I'm not that short. I'm only like 5 foot.
That's pretty short.
Fair enough.
And you're bouncy. You're bouncy.
What's the door do? Or what's this?
Seeing that last room, would we assume this is also a door in this hallway?
Oh yeah, you know this is a door set the same way as the other one.
But there's a crank.
Crank is
Yeah,
on
there's a
the
handle.
on the cylinder.
Okay. We'll crank it.
Right, as soon as y'all crank that, the door behind you actually closes. And you notice in those who are near the bowl, you notice that in the viscera, in a green kind of sludgy writing is the numbers 12, go counting down to 1. And every 5 seconds or so, the 12 after 5 seconds, the 12 sinks back into the viscera, and then 5 seconds later, the 11 sinks back into the viscera, and you know, or that what's my math? 5 times 12, yeah,
60.
1 minute. I knew I could use 12 for a reason.
You were there.
After 1 minute, they're all going to be disappeared.
We gotta get this.
Okay, so it's just a countdown.
And just for sake, I'm going to actually start a real life time.
It's an egg timer.
Okay, so I want to get through the door. So I'm gonna the door.
Yeah.
Other
Graf's
side.
gonna like look at you and wonder if you're doing the same shenanigans.
Does it look like there's a slot at the bottom of this, what we presume is the door? Steve?
Starting the timer.
Starting my timer. This one looks a bit more secure than the last one. It might, like, you'd have to make a crack if you're going to try to do that again.
Okay. The Boros Legionnaire has a... I need a space underneath. I need space underneath, quick. We don't know what that thing's going to do
Something to wedge.
when it ends its time slot.
Valor is going to touch
Do you have a
Graf
knife, a
on the
dagger,
shoulder.
a sword or something? Claws or something. I don't know. Just reach under there. You gotta get a good hold on it. I need to be able to slide something underneath.
Oh, I see. Could just try and lift it again.
Do it.
I'll help him.
All right, do your lift, because your time's up, so I'm going to let you do your plan.
Oh, and then plus a D4.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, you managed...
Oh,
All the way.
You're
That's so
lifting it,
strong.
but the resistance is much harder. Like, it almost feels like there's something actively pushing down against your lift, but you are able to get it up at about an inch, and you're kind of straining to get it. I'm not going to let you get any higher than that before the timer. So,
And I slide. I'm there to slide it the second it pops up a little bit to thunderwave it up.
all right. So hit me with that thunder wave. You're doing it the same way you did before, right?
Exactly.
It's going to blast forward into like the next room, right?
Basically, it forms kind of a burst cube. It's going upwards mainly, but because it's a 10-foot cube, it's going out a bit too.
15-foot
cube. It's going out a bit too, but it's mainly going upwards.
All right, perfect. Cast that.
So same as the last one.
So almost simultaneously, as the number 1 kind of sinks into the sludge, and you cast the thunder wave, the door not only shoots up from your thunder wave, but it looks like it was going to raise on its own, and it goes up with such velocity that it actually like shatters up in its above frame, and gravel just kind of starts trickling down. But with that being said, with such a ruckus, the crawl that were in the next room, kind of, you can see all kind of have a honeycomb in one hand and a spear in the other, kind of like, when they look at you, they drop their honeycomb, grab their spears, you just hear this chattering and buzzing just start. So I need initiatives.
Put a tracker up.
Yep, there we go.
What is synth
Awesome.
here?
Ha.
oh god.
Okay.
How far away are they? Can we see them? You said we see them? I'm sorry.
Also, real quick note: how long has it been since we moved from the other chamber to this chamber? About 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah,
At least
you guys were pretty quick with like getting in here and just cranking.
So 57 minutes remaining. Cool.
Do I have everybody?
Looks like it.
All right, Valor, you're up first.
Yeah, Valor's gonna
Like a swarm of crawl.
step over here. And so let's see. I want to do Thunder Wave.
Why?
I've never done this before. Why?
Yeah, there's nothing near you. It's detonate.
Oh, it doesn't go forward.
It does 15
No.
feet, but there's nothing within 15 feet.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not what I want to do then.
Yeah, wait till you get buried, then do it.
Wait till I get buried, then. Okay. Let's do something different then. Let's try my bag of trick.
Ooh, I've been looking forward to this.
A
Yes.
mastiff pops out.
Oh Jesus.
Whooch.
I wasn't.
It's a dog.
That's
John can help.
You can compendium search it. Just compendium search Mastiff and then drag and drop it. It'll make a new token and a new sheet. And then if you want to give control of it to him, Steve, all you have to do is click on the sheet, click on edit, and then change player control to him.
Damn.
Got
Could have got a lion or a bear.
Step over here.
You can throw it up to 20 feet.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon, man.
There, you got a dog. There you go.
I got dog.
It's a dog.
Kevin, are you having flashbacks and
fucked.
jealous?
Yes, I was about to say. This is such a
This
fun
is so
character.
fun. And so what I'm going to do then is have it attack. So where is it?
If you go, it should be in the journal.
Good little pup.
I'm
The
looking in
very
the journal.
at the very top. You should see Mastiff.
Oh, I do. Thank you. Awesome. Ooh, doggy, bite. Bite, doggy, bite.
Oh, he can bite, and he's a tracker. He's a dog, and he's wearing armor. He has a saddle.
I got a 13. How's that do?
It's not enough. He bites down onto the carapace of the crawl, but the crawl doesn't seem bothered by it at all.
So
Kinda-
is it the prone thing is only if it hits, John?
Correct.
Okay, thanks. Perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be bothered. You can see him kind of like trying to yank his head to pull this thing to the ground, but the crawl just kind of buzzes and doesn't seem terribly bothered by
Valor
it.
says, "Get him, boy."
All right. Crazy Wizard.
All right. Since he looks like he's distracted by a dog, I'm gonna put one down range into him. Yeah. And then it'll add a d6 as well.
21 is a hit.
Fire damage on the d6, and I'm gonna add an modifier to it, so it doesn't have to do it again. But 16 total damage.
Solid hit.
Kind of as it streaks out of the crossbow, you can see the vial that he put in earlier kind of just detonate, and like now the arrow streaks off like a tracer round and slams into him with like a burning, scorching look.
Being distracted by the dog, yeah, kind of hits and kind of almost comes out the other side, and you can almost see like a little smoking hole in the shoulder of this. He's not happy about it.
And because my weapon's magical and he's still standing, I'm going to shoot him again. I ignore the loading trait for the crossbow, so you see him very quickly go, "Heh!" and throw one straight out, like, yep. As soon as it throws it.
That's
Damn.
a critical fail.
Look at that roll.
Poppers.
Roll me a D100, because I'm not as nice as you when it comes to weapons with.
68.
Good enough. Your string doesn't break.
Okay, I have like 3 of them on there, so it's too
All 3 of them are still intact. All
fair.
does your action and bonus action, so
I
big
didn't,
meaty horns.
I didn't bonus action, but I am going to move away.
Oh, is that second attack not a bonus action, or it's just part of it's like extra attack?
Artificers have an ability called Arcane Armament. It says when I fire or when I take the attack action, I can make an additional attack so long as the weapon I'm using is magical. I cast Arcane Weapon on it earlier, which is the tube on the side, so it's technically a magical weapon right now.
Okay, so it's essentially your version of extra attack.
But it's got a qualifier, yeah.
Perfect. All right, big meaty horns.
I am going to take the dash action to get up there. That's the Mastiff right there?
Yep.
I'm going to try to body block this corridor where the other two are and give that fella a horns attack as a bonus action. 14 to hit?
That's going to be a miss.
Shucks.
Oh, yeah, that was your action, bonus action. All right, so synth.
I'm going to move forward there, and I will go ahead and concentrate fire on the one he's going and shoot him.
I meant lightning damage is what I put on it earlier. I'm sorry, not fire, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, there's a big bug down there. I did not see that big bug.
10.
10 will miss.
Bummer.
Any bonus action?
I don't believe I have one. Nope.
All right. So my Crawled Death Priest is going to take wing. He's going to fly over Durgar, over his head, get right into the center of the room. As a free action, he's kind of buzzing.
Would he happen to get close enough for an opportunity attack, or no?
Nope, too high. He's flying about 20 feet up in the air.
Just reaching for it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can kind of see he's kind of waving his arms, speaking. You know, it's a speaking crawl. So since you understand, he's kind of buzzing orders of like who to attack and what to do. He kind of gets a good shot, and he kind of scans over the group, and he kind of locks eyes with Graf, looking like the bestial man he. And he's going to cast the spell Ray of Enfeeblement.
Fuck.
Oh, the macro didn't actually roll me an attack roll. So let me just do that. Nope, he fluffed it. It was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then never mind. Yeah, so you see this kind of ghastly black beam fly. Yeah, you managed to sidestep, and it kind of just hits the ground. Alright, now all his boys. This one will come over here. These two will come at Synth. And I'm going to make 2 attacks against Durgarak and 2 attacks against Synth. With the pack, they have pack tactics, so these will have advantage. One hit against Durgarak for 3 damage. And both attacks against Synth will miss. Alright, Graf, you're up.
It's time. Barbarian Rage.
Get up!
This is the first thing that happened.
Do claws really shoot out of his hands?
Yes, that's what happens next. I run right up to this bug,
The magnified
and bone claws shoot out of both of my forearms, my hands.
The magnified
And
eyes are just like.
it's time.
I'm like,
There's a cigar stub sticking out of his mouth.
it grows
It's a
out.
15 hit.
It's just like
15 will miss.
Bonus action attack with an offhand. That hits.
Yep.
Get you,
Crit.
bub.
Berserk Barrage.
And then, if he's still standing, I'll use my extra attack. Wait, that should have 2 extra damage on it too from rage. I didn't check the box.
Yep. No worries.
And then yeah, so then my second attack also misses.
Yeah.
Or wait, I have advantage?
You only
Why?
have advantage when you say you recklessly attack.
Okay. I'm misreading rage.
Yeah, you just got to be like, I attacked recklessly, and then you have advantage for.
And everyone against you has advantage.
You don't care because you're raging.
Zero fucks about that.
Fuck
All right, it's a baby.
How many are in there? I ask as I casually walk up.
A lot.
I feel
At least 4.
5, 4.
Oh gosh, I feel
That's a dog.
I feel like it could be the greatest thing ever if he just throws one. Tell me to fireball.
I don't have fireball.
Damn it.
Man, their grouping sucks.
Yeah, fireball one thing. Fuck this bug.
I will move up, bonus action, Misty Step. And then throw out a Burning Hands hitting these 2.
Can you cast 2 leveled spells on the same turn?
No,
One's a bonus action.
you can't.
There has to be it's a leveled spell and a cantrip,
Boo.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on then.
or you shoot your crossbow.
Then I'll just
I like it.
I'll just shock and grasp the one I'm next to then.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh, that definitely works. Bzz.
Got Raiden and Wolverine and Minotaur.
Yeah, that one. He doesn't like it. He just gets as he was kind of being gutted by the claw. A big blue man appeared behind him and just like bzz, on the back of it. It's not having a good time.
He's still alive though.
Oh, he's alive.
They don't wear any metal, right?
He is not. He all chitin. Even though, like I was mentioning before, even their weapons don't seem to be metal. Looks like there's some limb of some beetle.
I'm microwaving nachos over here.
Yeah. So,
Bug nachos.
Valor is going to turn into a brown bear. Could I just drag it on to make the sheet, or does DM have to do it?
You should be able to drag it on.
Oh my god, it's a bear. Sweet
Whoa.
Jesus.
And now it's a brown bear. And he charges through the door.
You're gonna have to.
Oh my gosh.
Are you that big?
I don't know what happened.
I think he is.
What the hell happened?
No, yeah, you're that big. But he
Fuck, man, druids are great.
you can't see from the bear token, can you?
Oh, let me do that thing.
I'm blind.
Yeah, Graph is visibly confused. The giant bear comes from seemingly no.
And he's. I'm going to go ham one to the north.
Get him.
So we do. Bear makes 2 attack, one with its bite and one with.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
So Bizite, I miss,
Shucks.
and Claws, I hit. Doing 7 slashing damage.
These guys are
7 slash.
these guys are flying, right?
Roar.
Only their leader seems to be airborne. The rest are
Okay.
having honorable fist.
And that's
There's
the
a
one
free
in the
action.
center, right?
Yeah, this
And
weird
free
looking
action,
one.
I just roar.
Nice.
Oh,
They-
and wait, before as a bonus action, I have the Mastiff attack again. So he's going to attack this.
Go for it.
I love that.
I forgot I'd do that.
He came from a bag.
Get him, Fluff.
No.
No?
14 doesn't hit, I don't think.
It doesn't.
Okay. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, this
You guys have
is
been
cluster.
focused on
Yeah,
the
it's a
fight,
clusterfuck.
not even paying attention. And if you do turn and look back at him, you see that he's taken out a tuning fork and set it into the crossbow section. And he's got a tool and he's tapping at it, and then he slides the electric forward, and then you watch as 2 bolts of energy shoot out at the 2 Krull that are like just outside the door as he casts Electrolyze.
Yeah.
That'll be against
To
the
attack.
one on the left, and this one will be against the one on the right. If they both hit, they take the damage that's on the right. If they don't both hit, the one that gets hit takes the damage on the left.
They both hit it.
So then the one on the left takes 7, the one on the right, or the one on the top takes 7, the one on the bottom takes 8. As you watch, the 2 bolts hit, and then a bolt like interchanges between them, connecting the 2, and zapping them both for however much damage.
Cool.
The one on the bottom, just kind of all this electricity, kind of in it from the shocking grass plus the electrolyte, just kind of like, and it just bursts as just orange goo kind of comes out of its chest.
It's like a fly that like slides into the bug catcher like lamps.
The nachos are ready.
Yeah.
The Vidalkin said as he pulls out chips.
No, 1 minute, not 10 minutes.
That's everything, Deadpool.
Crack off a piece of shell, scoop out some goo.
I'm gonna actually move. So what space is the
Bear?
warlock in?
I don't know. If they got themselves clicked into place, it's all.
You hold Alt and like settle yourself into a square. He's not gridded right, so when you hold and slide.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going in the middle of
And
stuff
then
for some reason.
What space is the bug in? Because I want to be adjacent to the bug.
If you move 1 step forward, you'll be diagonal to him.
Okay, great. I'm adjacent to the bug, and I just come around the corner, like holding the crossbow with the big electric like thing, like kind of pointed at him, like in a scary fashion. You're next, buddy.
More angry buzzing. They do understand common, they just can't speak it. So angry buzzing.
I hope he understands that I'm gonna blow him up.
That spider at the far north, is that a relic of the map, or is that a thing? Is that a thing we need to worry about?
It looks like some sort of from your quick glance, it looks like some sort of broken down machine. Like there's vines and more stuff kind of overtaken its machine. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's going to be of concern in this.
Nothing I care about. All right, if that's the case, I'll use my. You know what? I don't like this guy. I'm gonna hit him with a flail again.
The guy to your right.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
7 bludgeoning. I have horns as a bonus action. I think it was. Hang on, let me.
Is that only after you take the dash action?
No. That's Goring Rush. Hammering Horns, let me list it. Immediately after you hit a creature with a melee attack as part of the attack action on your turn. Bonus action to attempt to shove with your horns.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't want to shove him.
Well, yeah, you can knock him prone.
Oh, I do want to do that. Yeah, let's do that. So, I'm going to shove...
Actually, no, it looks like that one specifically is...
Shove away.
Must be no one. Yeah, it's not the shove.
Okay, scratch that.
Yeah.
We're just going to second attack. And flail again on the same character. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll be a miss.
Ignore that.
Any movement?
Nope, staying put.
Alright, synth up.
Gonna help this dog.
I'm going to go ahead and Eldritch Blast the one that's flying up there.
Go for it.
13.
13 will miss.
Take a second.
Can't hit nothing.
Oh, you're not level 5 warlock. Right, never mind.
Nope. Sorry.
It's the pains of multiclassing.
Any more actions?
Nope, that'll do.
More angry buzzing from the Death Priest. Trying to figure out who's the biggest.
Wasn't somebody asking about Death Priests earlier? We found one.
Oh yeah.
Seeing the kind of the magic armaments of the old man. Let's try to put him into to give him a dirt.
You're not gonna mess with that big bear or the Vidalkin?
I guess
Seem
not.
a bit more intelligent than his minion.
You're not wrong.
You've probably done like the most crazy shit so far too.
So I'm actually going to fly down, be hovering just about 5 feet above your head, above you.
How high is the ceiling and how big is that bear?
Do I get an opportunity attack?
I think the bear gets to swing at you.
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah, because I'm descending, so I'm probably got within range. So give me one. Just one attack.
Yeah, you can't multi-attack on an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of see him kind of gnash at his leg, but kind of pulls it up. He definitely is the more intelligent. So then I'm going to go to town on a wizard.
Bring it.
My multi-attack. And my multi-attack is special.
Alright.
So 20 to hit.
You said wizard, you were wrong, and I'll use my reaction to cast shield. I have a 21 AC. Get fucked, I'm an artificer, bitch.
Very exploded. As his like weird, gnarly quarterstaff is coming down, yeah, the magical shield comes up.
You see the
and yeah,
the tuning fork kind of like tingle, and then like this blue energy just kind of in between me and the bug.
Yeah, as the slav slams into it, you said you have your 21, right?
21 now, yeah.
Yeah, you see this big gnarly crack go down at like that was just enough.
Oh,
but he's not.
Yeah, you had a 20, so that's why I threw it up you. You said you hit the second?
Wait. No, sorry. And my part of my multi-attack is that I'm allowed to cast a spell with a casting attack of one action.
Cool.
This spell, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. I got an 8.
Take 35 necrotic damage as all the moisture from your body is just sucked in.
That'll do it.
Sucked into him.
I'm down.
Holy fuck.
Can I cast create water inside of him?
He blows up like a prune.
Give him an IV.
And he looks, as a free action, he just kind of looks to Synth, and he just kind of chatters and crawl. And the Deverkin, your lineage will fall. Praise the Gorgon Queen.
I tell him I'm with the Gorgon Queen. Why are you attacking us?
Alright. So now I'm going to make 2 attacks against Gurgrat. One hit. 6 piercing. And then 1 attack again.
Oh.
The bear.
Our healers are frontline fighters.
Yep.
Oops.
Yep.
That's where they should be. It's where the damage gets done.
Yeah.
Bears
How is
AC.
it not efficient?
Take 9 to the brown bear from the spear.
Did anybody attack Dorgarak that round?
Yeah, I hit you for 6 piercing.
6, okay. Your mic cut out as you said the name. I wasn't sure.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Is it within reason to be able to attack at this Death Priest?
He's on the ground level. He's right above, like, he's within range.
And he's an asshole.
Alright, then
Yeah, he's an asshole.
That's totally reasonable.
Get him.
So, main claw attack, an offhand. Like, those are both misses.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my bonus action. Hey! Or extra attack, rather.
There you go.
Kid poop damage rolls, but yeah, he takes 7.
To the Death Priest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got him. Yep. Yeah, those are 3 attacks. Perfect. Alright, it's a baby.
It's a baby.
It's a baby.
That's it now.
It's a blue baby.
I'll take a couple steps back and magic missile the boss man.
First level, you can cast it or click it 2 more times. It'll throw the other 2 missiles.
Okay, yeah, it's not set up right.
Magic missile's weird. So 13 damage.
Yep. All these. Are they purple or what color are they? Are they red and blue? Are they purple? Are they blue and
He's
black?
a lightning guy.
They're blue.
Blue, yeah, it works for both.
He's rated.
They pelt him. Solid hit. All right, big old bear.
Brown bear goes for the bug to the north. 11, 25,
25 to hit. Yep.
12 slash. Mastiff is going to go at bug to the north.
Crawl warrior is chatted.
9 to hit.
9 misses.
I still
That's it.
like the dog.
Woof.
He's still my friend.
Death saving throw.
Yeah, healers are doing great.
It just happened.
Raw.
Success.
You're good.
Nice.
You're okay.
You got this. Eh?
Be fine.
What are you so worried about?
I'm not worried. I'm just
Don't-
saying,
Don't roll your saves like I would. Just that's all you got
Yeah.
hope for.
yeah, just saying our healers are shit at healing. That's all.
I never claimed to be a healer.
I never claimed to be a healer either.
Just saying.
I just can happen to do it.
People who can heal are doing a shit job at healing.
I was the first level cleric that took 0 healing spells. Deal with it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm an artificer. I can be a healer.
No, I can heal too, but I'm also on the ground.
Oh, Durgarek.
You should have done
What good are you?
I mean,
Smash dogs.
I was at full hit points. Our front line sucks at keeping things away from the back line.
He hit you
They
really
can
hard.
fly.
So,
You're so critical.
Real quick note. Our frontline fighter types, who are the healers, suck at being frontline fighter types, and they suck at being healers. So,
Oh, thanks.
That's a win-win.
That's a real good way to get healed.
fair enough.
that kind of
It just me as
that kind of raving review.
it's just me as a player who's stating this. I mean, that's all. That's
Oh,
all.
okay.
It's the thing with,
Announce to your server that you're writing a Yelp review as
Yeah.
you're ordering the food.
One star. Durga Gurgarak was lame.
But he carried all your stuff.
Shouldn't have gave him all that Mizium to carry.
Dear Aurelia, Angel of Wrath, you might want to look at this guy who's part of your legion. Yeah, speaking of Durgrax, do some smashing.
Sorry.
He's too busy reading Yelp reviews.
Yeah.
I can't believe this guy said this.
The
about
nerve
me.
of this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and flail this guy that I've been flailing. 25 to hit.
Oof.
6
Yeah.
bludgeoning.
You smash him, and he did.
Alright, I'm going to take the opportunity attack from this guy as I cross the room. Go ahead and give me that if you wanted to.
Pardon?
I'm going to walk across the room if this guy
Oh,
wants
you're just
to
you're just
opportunity
gonna.
attack.
Oh, you're just like
He's gonna
yeah.
attack
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, he will hit you
Willie.
for 8 damage.
Oh man, he did. $14. Alright, that's all done good. And not gonna get there right this second. So gonna go ahead and give the
Lana has his touch.
oh it's not a bonus action, is it?
No.
Alright. So I'm already stuck in the attack move, so I might as well attack again.
Oh yeah, extra attack, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and attack this one on the back that the bear's been swiping at. 24 to hit.
You got him. You smash this gun too.
Cool. Well, I was gonna shove him, but I guess that's not gonna happen. So that'll be my turn.
Real quick,
Also,
hammering horns you should be able to use anyway.
can I reach that one? Were the two of them adjacent?
You still have movement.
Oh yeah. I'll just sneak past this dead body. And Hammering Horns try to shove her. Well, I guess shove it away from my guy. I'm gonna shove her 10 feet towards is the baby.
8.
8 plus prof bonus plus strength modifier. She has to beat
Saving throw, DC.
11.
Strength saving throw, Steve.
Sorry, I didn't see his roll.
No, you're fine.
There's no roll.
It's not a roll. It's got a set DC.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
8 plus proficiency plus strength modifier. So 11,
I got it. I got 21. I got 21. I'm a strong bug.
The math is good.
Warlock.
Try again. Ciao, 21.
What's your target? Death Priest?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got him.
Just the 8.
That will be
8.
Just the 8. Okay. And is he's not flying, is he?
He's hovering 5 feet in the air.
He's not anymore. I'm going to pull him down to the ground with my grasp of Hadar.
Sweet. So that just pull, like, you can move something 10 feet
down, or towards me. But yeah, if he was up in the air at all, he was going to be pulling down.
He's grounded now. Perfect. Any other action?
I'll chitter at him, saying, "We did not start this, you did. But we will finish it." In a regal way.
Some regal chittering.
Pinky out the whole time or something.
He laughs and and hits you with his staff. What's your 18, right?
Yes.
That's a miss, and then I'll cast a spell. Alright, that one, 18 are on the nose. Take 14 necrotic damage as he comes in with the staff. You manage to block it. Are you wielding a weapon?
Not currently. I just have a shield.
Alright, so yeah, you get your shield up, you block. God, trying to two-hand, be animated and hold my button down. He comes with his other hand and kind of gets up under, grabs you on the chest, and you can just feel your like life energy just flowing into.
I think I'm able to do this, but I want to make sure. As he does that, I feel the pain and do it, and so I point at him and I do Hellish Rebuke on him.
Yep.
Oh, give it to me.
Oh shit!
You will never touch me. And that's just level 1, right? Sorry, I'm still learning the whole casting thing.
You always cast it at highest level, so as a warlock. So you're spending a spell slot. Warlocks only have one type of spell slot. You're going to be casting it at its highest level that you can cast, which would be as a 3rd level 2.
It's gonna hurt.
Okay, so it looks like a
12.
Is that 12? Yep.
12. I'll make my saving throw. I will fail it, so I'll be taking 12 fire damage. Damn.
Ah!
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to regain some vitality via your life, but you've kind of nullified that effect.
Bam.
Alright, alright, beep beep. Backup's incoming. This guy will come back over here and get back into melee with dirt.
Could the dog have gotten a chance at him?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yes, definitely.
It's a good. This is a good time for that prone thing.
I keep on missing.
Yeah,
Shucks.
6 will miss.
I still love that dog.
Off.
Standing by.
Alright, I will hit. I will crit for 4 damage. That was the best crit I've ever seen.
That was on the bear.
That was on you.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, this is a time to put another boy down, but rules are rules.
Alright. Alright, more claw attacks.
Hit. Miss.
Fuck.
This is. I tell you, you should have been said that you were attacking
you should be doing
recklessly.
the reckless thing.
I can only do it on one attack, though.
No, reckless is all your attacks for the round.
It does.
Really?
And then you are disadvantage all
Yeah,
attacks
and
as
then
well.
everybody gets to free attack you. Basically, they have free advantage against you.
So even barbarian, bro.
You don't even know how to barbarian.
Dude, I don't play barbarian. But yeah, I guess I'm just
I'm just kidding.
misinterpreting it. Because it says when you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly.
And once you've made that decision, all your attacks are going to be at
on
advantage.
all melee weapon attack rolls.
Even ones that are made as opportunity attacks. But the rub is everybody gets advantage on you.
You're a bear, Barb. You don't give a hoot if you get attacked.
Right? Oh, it's so good.
Give a hoot.
You're not a Wolverine bard?
That's
What a lame-o. Or
Boss man.
Wolverine totem.
whatever the Canadian equivalent of a bear is. You guys even have bears?
Another
Yes.
bear.
Oh, fair enough.
polar
All right.
bear.
Bigger bear.
I thought it'd be like a
Big fuckers.
Wendigo or something. I don't know. Like what? Sasquatch.
A Wendigo.
Sasquatch. Something.
I'll take 11 magic damage, and I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, big old bear.
Bear's gonna move a little bit closer and bite the cat.
Me too. Also in pain.
17
That'll just miss.
23
That'll hit.
for 8, and then Mastiff is gonna come down and attack the other one.
Come on, buddy.
Why is the master doesn't
something.
have pack tactics or something?
Ugh,
Oh my God.
I crit. I mean, never mind.
Bad dog.
Bad dog.
Love
Did you
it.
throw? You did it.
Hey, you don't even need us.
Good. You're all good.
he's practically swallowing the blood back into his mouth right this second.
But literally, like for me as a Dungeons and Dragons player, what I'm watching happen here, and it never happens in other games. It just really strange. But like, there's resources on the table, and you're just ignoring them. I'm okay with it. It's fine. But
If you were in trouble, I would just
No,
back off
it's-
of the wild shape. And
it's not that I'm in trouble. It's just that I have potential. No one who's a healer is healing. Oh, go ahead.
Don't worry, Durgarak will do something.
No, you can do whatever he wants. I don't care. Fucking losers.
Damn,
We
dude.
just met like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yep, multi-guild parties. No one cares about anybody. Except for this Graph guy, you know, he could be a good recruit for the Conclave. He seems kind of animalistic.
Alright. I'm gonna dump some lay on hands.
You
into
don't
Edwall.
want to. You don't have to. It's fine.
I don't want to, but I must.
Don't do it. It's okay. I don't care. Fucking losers.
Alright. You've convinced me. Bonus action, Searing Smite. Going to smash that fucking thing. 25 to hit.
Oh my god.
Ooh, you got him.
What is it? D6 fire damage and he's on fire. 6 plus 9, 15.
So yeah, as you spin your flail, it just gets like white hot with this orange or white and red flame. You're spinning it so fast it almost looks like a meteor, and then you just explode this death priest, and its blood and guts almost like cook as it's like splurting out, and just hot chunks are just kind of splattered everywhere.
Did it die?
No, you chatted him. No, he's dead.
He doesn't know what that means.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not in on the lingo, but I'm
You
assuming
left
it's,
him with
it's
one. Means
bad
you
for
left him
him.
with one. You left him with 1 HP. I don't know. I'm not really sure where the origin of that came from, but I've heard it so many times.
Chad, it came from Chad.
I've got
Chad
a second
Houston.
attack. I could just.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it anyway.
Chad Houston, every time he would try and kill something, he would, instead of not killing it, reduce it to 1 hit point.
Huh. Well, go to
I just thought it
you.
was a fun meme.
It happened so much that we just started calling that circumstance. If you hit something so hard, you reduce it to 1 hit point as a chatting. He did it earlier today, or yesterday, or last Sunday. Last Sunday.
All right, we got more.
Yep, go that last guy. We're way over time limit.
23,
Oh, I forgot about that guy.
3.
No, one.
One.
Oh, 1. Sorry, my bad. The 2 is for if I hit him melee. Got it.
Okay. My Death Priest is dead. My 1 warrior left. Seeing the situation as it is, will disengage.
Hell of a disengage.
Seems
Get
to be
him
going.
before he tries to warn the others.
Yeah, kind of disengages back this way.
Door's
And that's
closed.
No, the door's still open, yeah? So then I'm chasing this guy.
No. The other door's closed, so he's gonna have to go to Honeycombs to try and get out.
I don't think he's gonna get that far. Okay, I'm going to attack recklessly.
That's the ticket.
Attaboy.
20,
Yay.
21, 27.
Yeah.
I was gonna assume he's very fucking dead.
Yeah.
It's a lot of numbers.
10 plus.
14, 24.
Yep. That'll do it. You literally just come up on behind it, jump up, and hit him with the old Weapon X. Alright. So, yeah. That will be the initiative, and you have a dying artifact.
I mean, he had 1 more death save. He could. Okay, now it's time.
I'd stabilize at some point.
Yeah,
Well-
if you as you kind of are looking over his heavily breathing body, he is stable, but you notice his face kind of sunken in. His lips are extremely chapped and kind of like cracking, and little bits of blood are starting.
And they're massive, so it's very noticeable.
Yeah. His tongue is kind of dangling outside of his mouth, just completely dry. Like,
It's like you ever see a puddle dry up in the summer.
yeah, it's bad.
All right,
See you, Jeremy.
I'm gonna give him some lay on hands to get him back on his feet, and then we might need to call it a session at that.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up. Get it all up, and
Cool. See you
That's
next time.